I'm excited by this presentation, but also a little bit scared by it. It's the first time I've presented it. So I need you to all do me a favor. Everyone raise your right hand. Everyone raise your right hand, put it on the person next to you, and say, bugger, he's interactive. Guys, there's 2 ways to learn. How many ways to learn? Perfect. Wasn't a trick question. 2 ways to learn, right? Now, I didn't go to school that long, but I'm sure it'd be really boring if I stood up here and just chalked and talked for 90 minutes. Who's up for that? Who's up for having a conversation about AI? Yeah, cool. Today's agenda is real simple. We're going to get some food coming out soon, but it's very, very formal, okay? I want you guys to ask questions. I want you guys to engage with me. I've got one of my team coming to present today, which is really exciting. So Sarah, for the first time, is going to present some of the things that she's been learning. How cool is that? In our business, we started to see what was happening with AI. So over the last probably, 3 months, I've challenged my team. How do we get an hour back each? Okay, where can we use AI to get 1 hour a week back? And the cool thing is we did presentations on Friday. In Sarah's presentation, you're going to see that today. How many hours did you get back, Sarah? Yeah, it's probably about 3 hours every time we do this one job. So we're going to share that, and that's stuff we do for you, our clients. We're going to show you how we're using AI to actually help you and how we're going to help our business grow. I just want to share a little bit more about our purpose at Digital Influence. Our purpose is to influence, educate, and inspire growth together. We really want to work with our clients to help you guys grow. We really know that it's our role to understand technology. It always has been. And this part of it now where AI is coming in, I spoke at the university 2 weeks ago, and there was 40 students in there, and I asked, who's worried about AI? How many people put their hands up? Well, put your hands up in this room if you're worried about AI. A few people. Everyone in university aged under 20 put their hand up. Why do you think they put their hand up? Jobs. Jobs are gone. That's all they're hearing in the media. Your job's gone. They also said it's smarter than me, it's faster than me, and it's more intelligent than me. Isn't that crazy, right? People are thinking like this. I'm going to show you some ways today where I really believe it's a little bit different and you don't have to have that story. There's a gentleman in the room, Mr. Kevin Eder from TradeStaff. Kevin, I remember you telling me years and years ago when I had my second business that if you want to be promoted, you had to be replaced. And I tell my team all the time about that. If you're from TradeStaff, you probably know that, right? And the cool thing about that is I didn't really understand it from a technology perspective back then, but I do now. And you can use technology to help you be promoted. And I'm going to show you how everyone in the room now has an assistant, an AI assistant. I'm going to show you how you can use the AI to grow your business. Then this guy here, Brendan Holt, videographer. If you need a videographer, you definitely need to use Brendan from Display. We had a conversation. G'day, gentlemen. No, you're welcome. We had a conversation probably a year and a half ago, Brendan. And I said to Brendan, okay, give me the 5 things that you need to edit a video well. And then I walked over to a piece of software at the time was called Jarvis, which we'd probably been using for 2 years. It was AI. It was before all this ChatGPT thing came out. And we put it in and we asked it the same question. It answered exactly the same. It gave, and in real time, it gave what you would need to edit a video. And so we've been using this for a while. And today we're going to share a lot more about it. So my goal for you is real simple. I want to start a conversation. If you're a business client of ours, I want to start a conversation. You've got to be using AI. You've got to be using AI. So I want to start that conversation today. Look, today's presentation is about what we've been doing and where things are going, but we're no experts in this, right? We're digital marketing experts and we understand technology and we've started using this technology, but we're not experts in this. And anyone who says they're an expert in this right now, I'd say they're on shaky ground because this stuff is moving too fast. And I'll show you some examples of how fast it is moving. So I want to make you think today. I've got some areas where I'm just going to challenge you to take a minute and think about your business, think about what I've just presented, and think about how you could use it. Here's the key thing for me though. It's the key when we do marketing, and it's the key I think now with AI. Because too many people go to the tactics first. They start using ChatGPT, or they start using Aftershoot, or they start using all these technologies without doing the strategy thinking first. I really believe you must design the strategy to pick the tactics to produce the results you want. You've got to go to the strategy first here. It gets too far ahead of you and too quickly if you don't. Okay? So if you do nothing else today, just remember that. This slide will come up again because I want you to think about the strategy. So my goal, help you save time. Okay? You decide how many hours you want, but I'm going to say, hey, if you can go for 10 like we did, but at the very least, go for 1. All right? I'm going to have this slide up as we go today. I'm going to ask you how you could leverage the AI here. So I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to talk about some things that relate to a specific thing, but I want you to sit here and go, how could you leverage AI? Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about artificial intelligence, but also human intelligence. I think it's a really important conversation to have, because a lot of the talk right now is about AI. I think it should be AI and you, okay? It should be you bringing who you are to the conversation. Is that fair enough? Because I think human beings are really, really talented. And it struck me when I was speaking to the university students, how worried they were. Do you want to know what I told them to go do? Every single one of them. I told them to go to Toastmasters. Why would I do that? Why would I say go to Toastmasters if they don't want to learn about AI? Artificial can't really replace you as a person, right? Well, I don't believe so anyway. So it's artificial intelligence, human intelligence to create the super intelligence. I think that's a better place to be, right? So I said, go to Toastmasters, learn some skills, learn how to do some of the things that artificial intelligence can't do. I'm going to show you this slide. When I was in San Diego, 2017, I saw this slide by a guy called Ryan Dice. He talked about the timeline of digital marketing. And normally in our digital marketing seminars, I take you through every one of this phase in some detail with some real cool examples. But I really believe in here now is where the innovation and disruption's happening. And here's what I think is happening. Well, here's what I'm seeing happening now. Phase 5 was all about mobile. Who here's been on their mobile phone today? Everyone. Stupid question, but everyone is on their mobile phone, okay? So anything you do in marketing should be what? Mobile focused, mobile phone focused. Same thing with AI. Video first. Who here has a video piece of equipment in their pocket? Everyone, right? The game changed. 2007, when this thing got released, the first version. So video first. Then I still believe Google first. I'll argue all day long, and I'm happy to be proved right, but I still believe Google will come out with something pretty special soon. But then phase 5 is AI first. Who here had really heard about AI before, like this year? A few people? Who here was using AI before this time last year? Yeah? A few people? Who here has used AI like ChatGPT, that sort of stuff for the first time this year? Nice. A few people? Who's still not used it? Okay. AI 101. Who wants to tell me what AI is about? Anyone want to have a go? Well, here it is, and here's who I asked was ChatGPT. Okay, so if it doesn't know, we're in trouble. All right. Artificial intelligence, AI, refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence. AI aims to create machines that can perceive the environment, reasoning, learn from experience, and make decisions to take actions and achieve specific goals. What if I was going to explain it to my 9-year-old? How would I explain it? Well, here's how I would explain it to him. AI is like a computer brain that can learn new things and make decisions like how you learn to play a new game. Okay? AI learns. It learns with you. The coolest thing we've seen from what we're doing is the AI is learning with us. I was just talking to Brendan before. We've got a piece of software that we'll show you today. But Brendan's job, he's an amazing videographer, right? Brendan, for every hour that you shoot, how many hours do you have to spend editing? 4 to 6. So if you could replace that 4 to 6 with AI, how many hours could you be out shooting? 4 to 6? Yeah. So the technology, the cool thing about that technology, it's coming, right? There's parts of it already here, and it's getting better and better. Because Brendan, what would you give to get 4 hours back? So you could give better service to your clients? And would you use it? The software, if it could learn what you were doing, would be your assistant, right? And I think that's the key. Yep, sure, it's not going to be right for everything, but at the same time, there's some real trade-offs to it. AI every day. You know, there's AI happening every day. This is narrow AI, Siri, Alexa. Some days I just wish we hadn't born Alexa. I know. There's some things that happen, Akias, that you just don't want to hear about. We won't even go there one day, what it told my son. But anyway. Everyday AI. Who has Netflix? Yeah, it starts telling you what you need to watch because you watch this. Narrow AI, giving recommendations. Who here has to get into their phone with face recognition? Once again, AI. More and more people are using this every day without even realizing it. I think this is one of the areas where AI and robotics will really shape what we're doing. This is Da Vinci. This is a surgical system where surgeons are around the world are using this to do surgeries now. Over 12 million surgeries have been done, and the AI in this is getting better and better and better and better. The coolest thing about this is more surgeries can be done, you know? So the technology in this world is growing. Who 20 years ago, that saying was kind of foreign, right? Just Google it. Now it's like just Google it. What do you think it's going to be with this AI? What are they going to say? This is what I heard at university the other day. And they laughed. The reason they laughed is obviously maybe some of them aren't supposed to be using it in class. But they were, right? So just GTB. It's only been out, I don't know how many months or years, but really it's been out for years, but really for the public to be using it. And it's already being coined as a phrase, which I think is pretty cool. The interesting part to this is the AI relevancy race. You've got, OpenAI releasing ChatGPT 4, and it's got some really cool features. We'll show you a couple here today. Microsoft and everything they're doing around Bing and Edge. Meta's getting involved with some of the modalities that they're actually installing. And then our friends Google. We're on the wait list with some stuff with Google. Google Duet, which basically will allow you to do a lot of things together, which I think is really cool. I've seen some behind the scenes sort of stuff, and it looks really cool. So here's a question. Why use AI? Why should we use it? I think if you combine the AI intelligence with the human intelligence, you become unstoppable to some degree. You get stuff done faster, which I think is quite exciting. I'm going to go through a series of things why you should use AI. Then I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? So be prepared to think about it. I think efficiencies and savings is one key area that why you should use AI, okay? So here's a job that I put up on Upwork. I shot a 16-minute video, and I wanted the video to be edited, okay? So I put it on Upwork. Now, Upwork is basically people around the world will bid to do this job, okay? They'll tell me, hey, I can do the job. Yep, I've got editing skills. I will do everything for you. I ended up paying, I think it's 350 New Zealand dollars to this gentleman to do this job. And he came back and it was okay. But the first part of it was really wrong. He'd got my timings all wrong. And it was actually quite painful. So I spent about another 10 hours going backwards and forwards with him. Okay? I spent 350. It's a video. It's just me talking, 16 minutes. We put some captions in it. And it was okay, but it wasn't great. And then one of my young staff members, she's not here today, Olivia Brand, she's got a great saying. and it's initiative is up for grabs. So she always says in her office that initiative is up for grabs. She's 19 years old. She said, Scott, have you seen this piece of software? I said, no. So it's called Munch, okay? And what it does is the AI will go through and watch your video. It will then edit your video based on what you tell it to do, okay? So I had a 16-minute video. When I say tell it what to do I want it for TikTok? Do I want it for Instagram? Do I want it for LinkedIn? Do I want it for YouTube Shorts? So this AI will go through and it will edit my video. How cool is that? If it works. The first time, guess what? It was pretty average. The interesting thing though is it gives you a score of high coherency or low coherency, and they were all low. And when I looked at it, I was like, so we wrote to them just via email saying, hey, we love the idea, but this is not that great. And they said, hey, we're just doing an update. Give it a couple of weeks. So we did it in a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, this piece of software has changed. And all of a sudden, I got 16 videos, all cut up, all in different areas of the actual video itself. So some at the 8-minute mark to the 9-minute 36 mark, the 2:21 to 3:50. And it's unbelievable how good this video is. Same input, the AI has learned. The AI is learning. The crazy part about it is I was paying the other guy to put captions in. At the time, these guys didn't do the captions. Now they do the captions. So you see on social media, everyone has those captions. This software will automatically put it in there. And because AI understands where most people go and look on a video, do you notice where it put the captions? Under my chin. Because most people look at your mouth when you're on video. I didn't know that. I was putting my captions down here. But the AI knows that most people look up here. So here's the thing. I shot a 16-minute video. I put it up there and I said, you do your thing. That was one of the videos. How cool is that? You know, that's technology. John, you asked how much it cost. $49 a month versus $350 plus my time. You know, and the technology only gets better. And this is what I was talking to you about, you know, how the technology will get better for you. You know, real simple. There is a really cool one that we're testing at the moment called Descript, and it will learn your voice. So we feed it our podcasts, it's learning our voice. One thing I would say about that sort of stuff though, if you do have a lot of content out on social media and AI can learn your voice, like you probably want to have some safe words that your family knows around your bank accounts and that sort of stuff, just that that no one else knows, because they can make it sound like you, right? So word of warning. Okay, let's go to accuracy and speed. So if you know me, I don't get algebra and understanding that. I'm not bad at maths, right? But who could work this out really fast with me? How many panels, 30 by 30 panels, would I need to cover a wall that is 3.8 by 2.5 meters long? Who can do that fast? So here's the thing. I need some audio panels for our wall, for our podcast room. So I asked ChatGPT to work it out. I need 105 apparently, but you can't have a fraction, so I had to order 106. Did it in 8 seconds. Accuracy and speed. I've ordered them now, so I hope it actually is right. But I've got another part to that equation that I'll share later on, because I think this is where AI can really help you as well. Time saved, priceless. Okay? Real simple. Okay, so ChatGPT, they've just brought out plugins. A plugin basically is a piece of software that's a third-party application that allows you to do stuff together, okay? One of our favorites is Zapier. So we've been using it probably since 2017. It allows us to go from a Facebook ad to a Google Sheet to allowing people to call, right? And all the connections are done by Zapier. Okay, so ChatGPT, now you can get plugins, okay? There's heaps of them in here. So if you have the GPT-4 account, the plus version, costs you $20 a month, you get access to these plugins. Here's one of my new faves. This is called Ask PDF. So here's how you can use this piece of software or this plugin. You download it into your ChatGPT-4 account. This is the monetary policy statement. Who read that this month? Who read it? Because it's 67 pages and it's 3 lines deep. Who read that? Anyone who's read that? As a business owner, should we know what's inside it though? Would it be handy to know what's inside it? Yeah? Because it's probably good information. What if you had a PDF? Who here reads PDFs? Who would here like read them faster? Cool. So you load that into Ask PDF. It gives you a token here, part of the plugin. You put that into ChatGPT. Read this. Here's the prompt they put. Read this PDF and summarize the 8 main points that a business owner would be interested in. There it is. And in here, it starts reading the PDF. Okay? So ChatGPT starts reading the PDF, looking for what? The 8 points that I believe a business owner would be interested in. I could tell it to look for pretty much anything, but that's what I've asked it to do. This thing here is a chat bot, right? It's conversational. So have a chat with it. I just ask, what else would you have me know? And it'll tell me. This is what else you should know. So 1 hour saved because I wouldn't have read that and all that information. It never occurred to me to go and read that information. Now I've at least got some points I can speak to. So accuracy and speed. Have a think about how could you leverage AI here? The accuracy and speed. How could you do it in your business? What are some ways that you could do it? Scalability. So this is Otter AI. This is a piece of software that I use. And this is another example of AI getting better. Okay, so Otter AI, it records and translates. So I record my podcast, we put it up, and it translates the podcast, right? Nothing really surprising there. We've been doing that for ages, okay? But still cool, right? By the way, if you haven't been on our Marketing for Business podcast, Tony Jenkins, who think for the guys here at Homewood, he says never miss an opportunity. So if you haven't been on our podcasts and you haven't listened to our podcast, the #1 podcast in New Zealand for marketing recently, and if you scan that, it will take you straight to an episode. Today's episode, I actually interviewed my old high school teacher, which was pretty cool, Richard Smith, who was the high performance manager for the Crusaders. So great episode. So if you want, I'll leave that up later for you. So we use Otter, transcribe, record and transcribe. We get the notes. We then take it over to this piece of software and it will produce show notes for us based off the notes that we give it. How cool is that? It's great if you've got a podcast. What if you don't have a podcast? Well, here's what I thought. How do I squeeze more juice out of this? Because remember, AI is getting better. So then I thought, how can I leverage AI here more? This is good. This is good software. I thought, it also will attend a meeting for you. Who would like it to attend a meeting for you if you didn't have to be there? Yeah. I'm part of a group in America called 7-Figure Agency. They have meetings at 4 o'clock in the morning. I like to go to the gym at least at 5, but I'm not getting up at 4 to attend a meeting. So I set it up because I wanted to be in 2 places at once. Who would like to be in 2 places at once? Definitely. So I set it up and I set up Scott's Otter AI bot. So this bot now can go to meetings for me. How cool is that? Not only that, it goes to the meetings for me at 4 a.m. in the morning and it records and translates. How good is that? It takes image shots of slides. It then sends me an email summary of what happened in that meeting and the key points that I want to know. The cool part about that is I really want to know about this part. So I click on that and I go to that in the video. How cool is that? 2 places at once. AI. Question is, how many hours did it say? Probably 4. And I get to go to the gym. But it's not about us though. It's not about us. How can you use AI to scale in your business? How can you use it to scale? How could you leverage AI here? to scale in your business? Start thinking about that. Start being curious about the AI and how it can help you. I just thought, hey, what if I could be in 2 places at once? And by the way, if you work with us, I'm here to have conversations with you guys, right? We're not experts at this. We're just curious and we want to help our clients with AI. Okay, we're on a journey with our clients together here. So if you want to have a conversation with me or my team, we're up for it, because we really see there's opportunities here for businesses to grow. Customization's a big one. So ChatGPT now has a web browser. Okay, this is pretty cool. It will actually go online, and here's the prompt I get it. Can you visit this website, our website? Can you then create me an explainer video about SEO that is 45 seconds long? Make sure you emphasize the unique selling points for local businesses. So it then goes out and it visits my website. How cool is that? It starts to read the content on my website. It starts to understand about my business. Then it starts to talk. Great. Now that I have a clear understanding of the unique selling point of digital influence SEO services, I can help you create a 45-minute explaining video. The aim is to emphasize the value of the SEO services that I can bring to local businesses. Here's the proposed script. And it starts giving me a script. How cool is that? 45 seconds. Script. So, customization. Where could you use and leverage AI here? This is a cool one. This is where Sarah's going to come on and have a chat. So, problem solving is a big area that you could use AI for. The problem we have is we go to say Kaiser or other places and take photos. We come back with hundreds of photos from our photo shoots. So Sarah, I'll set it up for you and you can just rip into it.
Alrighty. So I am the content coordinator for digital influence. And so part of my role is I take a lot of photos, just like Scott said. So I like to count myself as an amateur photographer. So I go out, I take my 600 to 800 plus photos, and I come back to the office and I'm like, oh my goodness, I now have to sort through all of these. As I say, amateur photographer means a lot of blurry photos, which means a lot of sorting. So basically, as Scott said, he came to us a month and a half ago and said, I want you to come up with something that will speed up your job. So strategy, not tactics. I went back to basics and I was like, what do I do in my job that I hate? That if I could get rid of entirely, I would have a way better work-life balance. So what is the one thing I hate as a photographer? It is admin. So as part of my job, I do a lot of sorting, deleting, exporting, more editing, color grading, exporting, uploading, and repeat. So I was like, what can I do to minimize this? In comes After Shoot. So basically, this is a really cool AI software where I can upload all of the photos that I take straight from the SD card. So it's not even taking up storage on the computer at this stage. Put it in, and basically it will cull down all of the photos that it deems really great. So it'll put it into different categories. So your 5-star photos are the ones that are crystal clear. It deems like the faces are nice and smiley and happy. The food is beautiful and steaming and glistening. It will straighten or crop images instantly. So if I've gone on a bit of a skew or I'm a bit off center, that will automatically crop that. It'll auto group similar images. So say, you know, sometimes if I am dealing with, say, like a client like Little India, sometimes I'll have, you know, food being cooked in the kitchen and, you know, beautiful models eating at tables. So I'm running into the kitchen, I'm running back out into the restaurant. So my photos are all getting mixed up versus like I'd prefer to batch do, you know, people photography and batch do the food photography. So it automatically will group that for me. So instantly that's a time saver. It will get rid of, it will group any blink. So if I'm doing people photography, again, you always get that one person in a group that blinks. So then you've got to sift through all of those. So it will automatically batch those for me. And as I say, the best thing about this software is it rates my photos. So straight away, if I've taken 800 photos and I can click in and I can see my top 100, that's pretty good for me. Like that's a really great number that I'd be really happy with. So as you can see here, this is a photo shoot that I did the other week. So it was just a small last-minute photo shoot, but I got 84 photos in total, and it culled it down to 29 5-star images. So next, I went in and I had a look at, my 5-star photos. They were all 10 out of 10. Then I went through my 4-star and my 2-star photos, just because sometimes I'll find that it counts it as a blurry photo, but I, did that on purpose, or I still think it's, artistic, so I want to keep it. So the best thing about AI, though, is, as Scott said, it's continually learning to adapt to my style of photography. So as you can see here, this originally landed in the 2-star photo, but I really liked the look of it, so I put 5 stars in there. So already the AI has learned that I like certain style of blurry photos. So now it will learn, and the next photo shoot, it will put it automatically probably into the 4-star category, maybe even the 5-star category, and that will continue to develop the more I use it. So that's awesome. And the best thing is it is already adapted to be really compatible with Lightroom. So that's the main photo editing software that I use. So Lightroom, Adobe, the Adobe Suite, platforms that probably some of you guys are already using, are already making changes to keep up with AI. So things that used to be really manual have now become super speedy. So it would take me a good 4 to 5 minutes per photo to edit each photo. So as you can see here, I think this is even sped up on 2 times speed. So it's quite slow for me to edit these. Then I have to export them all individually, the ones that I like, because it gets all mixed up with the photos that I don't want to actually use. And then we will go, so now I can batch upload presets. So basically I can edit one photo in that batch. And so I do one photo once, and then that will automatically upload to all of the photos that I have I've put into Lightroom. So not only has AI culled all of the bad photos and grouped all of my best ones, I can upload that into Lightroom, and then within the time that it takes me to edit one photo, I can then do that to about 250, whatever ones so that has saved me quite literally hours and hours of my time. So that means I can get out, see my clients more, get way more content, and ultimately, I don't have to do the admin that I don't like, which is the dream. So now I'm a happy photographer. I have got so much more time up my sleeves, and so Scott, because I get to go out and see the clients more.
Very good. Thanks, Sarah. So the piece of software that Sarah was using called Aftershoot. How cool is that, right? So part of that whole, where do we get an hour back? Sarah found that piece of software and started using it. Sarah, would it be safe to say you'd saved probably at least 3 hours? Brendan I was talking to Brendan at the back just then. You like the look of that? Yeah. So, problem solving. Where in your business could you use AI to help problem solve? Okay? How could you leverage AI to help problem solve? Here's one of the biggest areas I really believe that you can use AI. Customer service. Why would I say that? Remember those wall panels? Do you remember how many I needed? 106. So I found this out. Then I thought, oh, okay, let's go buy them. Simple question. Hi, can you please help me? How many of these wall panels do I need to purchase to cover a wall that is 3 meters by 2.5? There's the link to their product. Here's what they said to me. Hey, Scott, thanks for contacting us. We recommend you seek the advice of a professional handyman for the correct measurement required. What do you call that in customer service? What could they have done? You could have got their calculator out. They could have asked ChatGPT, sales pension department, lost opportunities. My point is, you can use something for customer service, you know? Don't give a lazy response. Sales prevention department. Hey, by the way, I'm not saying you have to do this either, you know? I'm just giving you what we're doing, okay? You don't actually have to listen to anything I'm saying, all right? Okay, last one, your marketplace advantage. This is where I really believe artificial intelligence, superintelligence creates superintelligence. I really believe everyone now has an AI assistant if you choose to use it. An AI assistant, okay? But here's the thing, you must design the strategy to pick the tactics to produce the results you want. Go to your strategy first, okay? Start thinking about, but also challenge yourself. Challenge your business to say, hey, this thing called AI and me or you, how can we use it? How can we together create something? Because I can tell you what, it's not going to go away. It's not going away. And it's coming that fast now that you're not going to get rid of it. And there's some real scary stuff that probably you can go down a rabbit hole as well. I want to challenge everyone in the room though, okay? That's why we came to do this presentation today. Find where you can find an hour. Who's up for that? Find where you can find an hour. Get an hour back. Figure out what an hour's worth to you and your business. And challenge yourself to use this to get an hour back. The more you use it, the more you'll learn that there's ways you can use it to grow and help your business. And how will you leverage AI?